This program is proudly brought to you by Ray of Light, Madonna's new #1 album.
Hi, I'm Ian Meldrum, and welcome to our Madonna special. Now, a few weeks ago, I caught up with the lady herself, and we not only talked about her new album called Ray of Light, but we talked about life in general. We had a few laughs, we had a few tears. So without any further ado, let's go to Los Angeles and to Madonna.
You only see what your eyes want to see. How can life be what you want it to be? You're frozen when your heart's not open. You're so consumed with how much you get. You waste your time with hate and regret. You're broken when your heart's not open.
Well, listen, welcome to Australia yet again, via television. First of all, congratulations on the album. Must be very excited about this one, surely.
Yeah, I'm very fond of it.
Yeah?
Yes.
I was thinking about, you know, on the plane coming over, how long I'd known you, the good times, the bad times, the laughs and everything else. But you have weathered this very well, in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, has it been hard?
Being famous?
Mm.
Well, it's taken me 15 years to sort of deal with it gracefully, I think. I mean, in the beginning, it's a rush. You don't know what you're in for. You're really excited. You say and you do things and you don't really care, you know what I mean? And then you go through the, you know, oh my God, you know, suddenly you have no privacy, no anonymity, and you become very bitter about it, and, you know, just want to tell everyone to, you know, F off. And now I feel like, you know, I've come out on the other side of it, and I just sort of have accepted it, you know what I mean? And I don't really fight it, and it's sort of there, and it's just part of the whole deal.
I mean, that's what I love about this album. Your mood changes all the time. There's a track to...
Well, I'm a very moody girl.
Oh, God, you don't have to tell me that. I'm talking about great moods, you know. What were you looking for as producer of Madonna?
Well, first of all, I was a huge fan of all of Williams' earlier records, all Strange Cargo 1 and 2 and all that. And I loved all the remixes that he did for me. And I was interested in kind of fusing a kind of futuristic sound, but also using lots of kind of Indian and Moroccan influences and things like that. And I wanted it to sound old and new at the same time. And I thought that William Orbit's music pretty much embodied that feeling. And since I loved his remixes of mine so much, I decided just, you know, instead of giving him my song later when I'm done, why don't I just make the whole record with him?
Then you use one of your old friends in Patrick Leonard, who's come up with some ripper of the songs in the past and some fantastic songs on this, you know?
Yeah.
With Patrick Leonard, can I ask you, what has been your favourite track with him before?
That we ever wrote, ever?
Ever wrote.
Like a Prayer.
Yeah?
No question. Yeah.
Yeah. Other tracks, favourite tracks. I mean, there's so many you wrote with him. Yeah. I mean, you wrote a whole album with him.
God, remind me of songs I did with him.
I'll give you the whole list if you like, you know. Spanish Eyes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love I'll Remember. I love that track.
I remember the love that you gave me. Now that I'm standing on my own, I'll remember the way that you changed me. I'll remember.
Hanky Panky?
Love that,
That
yeah.
was a fun track.
Yeah.
Before I get too cranky, you better like hanky panky. Nothing like a good spanky.
Bonita?
La Isla Bonita. Yeah, love
I mean,
that. That's up there with Like a Prayer.
Tropical island breeze, all of nature wild and free. This is where I long to be. La Isla Bonita.
I mean, let's take that track. I mean, if you take it back, that was sort of almost the pre-Evita of Madonna, way back, I guess, you know?
Yeah, there are no coincidences.
Doing Evita, and the wonderful visions and visuals, I should say, and the way that film panned out, it must have been fun when you talk about those rhythms, those sambas, and that, just to do that film,
music,
you know?
yeah. Well, I didn't, I usually try to get one song on every record that's got a bit of a Latin feel to it, and that's why, that was one of the reasons also that I felt so compelled to do that movie, because just the whole connection with Latin music.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you. All through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise. Don't keep your distance.
Secretly, now be honest with me here, were you able to go like that to the critics and to some of the people that have been real bitches to you about getting that wrong? Or did you think, no, I won't even think about it?
I never did that. No, I did it, I did the work, I was proud of the work, and I didn't waste any time thinking about the critics, because at the end of the day, they're still going to say shit about me, and I don't really care.
If I could melt your heart, we'd never be apart. If I could melt your heart.
Madonna returns with her new single, Frozen. And now her brilliant #1 album, Ray of Light. Madonna, the #1 Australian album, Ray of Light.
Strike a pose.
What has been your favourite videos? Ones that you've really enjoyed, had fun with, and felt that they really did do something for you at the time?
Well, I had a great time doing Vogue, the video to Vogue, and I love that video, and also Take a Bow. I loved making that video. It's so much fun. Great time in Spain, and I love the way it ended up.
Say goodbye.
Human Nature.
Yeah?
I had a great time when I was doing my Material Girl video. I mean, like a virgin, with the exceptions of my last video and maybe a few more before that, I usually have a good time, yeah. But this last video, we were shooting in the desert, and it was so bitterly cold, we were all freezing. It's kind of like I go to the desert and have a mystical experience.
Yeah?
It's quite beautiful, but I'm all alone. And the day turns into night, and it's me and some birds and a dog. And it's very haunting.
Bold move to take Frozen as the first single?
Do you think? Yeah, I thought it would have been bolder to take some of the other tracks. I thought Frozen was like a good way to bridge the way people are used to hearing me sound to like the newer stuff. Yeah, I'm really lousy at choosing first single because I can't decide, and I love them all. So
the love of your life, is it? I believe there's a new
my
love of your
daughter.
life. Your daughter, apart from your daughter, yoga.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Well, apart from there's another one as well, but yoga.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah. Has that really changed you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything.
So when did you start getting into this? Was it the readings or what?
I started practicing yoga, well, I guess a couple months after I had my daughter. And then I found a really great teacher, and it just, now I just can't imagine going through the day and not doing it. It's completely changed my outlook on life, not just yoga, but it has had a huge influence on me. People have the wrong notion about yoga. I think people have two notions. They think you're like sitting there in the lotus position and you're saying Om and it's really boring and there's nothing going on. Or, you know, or you're twisting yourself into a pretzel. And it's so much more about meditation, you know what I mean? And where, I won't bore you with it. You sort of have to do it to understand it.
No, what I find fascinating, and I've always found this fascinating with you, you never take on a thing 80% or 90%. It's almost 200%, you know?
If I like it, if I'm into it, yeah, I throw myself into it.
Well, you do. I mean, like, when you were going to gym and getting up and training every morning, I mean, I defied anyone that could do that. And you'd have even late nights and could still be up there bloody 5 o'clock in the morning doing your thing, you know? Did that take anything out of you? I mean, to try, well, you were fit, to be fit all the time, to be that dancer, to be on the road and... Well, I was... physically you've changed a bit.
Yeah, and at that time in my life, it felt like the right thing to do, and I think I approached working with my body in a much more aggressive way. In retrospect, now that I'm doing yoga, I think that I actually did myself a disservice because the way I was working out drained me. It took away my energy, and yoga gives you back energy.
Everybody got the fever. That is something you should know. Fever isn't such a new thing. Fever started long ago. You give me fever.
With your daughter, and being a mum, the emotion of having a child, it must be very strong and so sort of hard for you in some respects, you know? Is it?
Hard in what way?
Well, hard in the balance of giving so much emotion to the daughter, but still having the balance that, you know, of an ordinary child.
It is a real juggling routine to feel like I'm spending enough time with my daughter and also my work, because they're two really big passions for me. Obviously, my daughter's always going to come first, but I think it's important that she has a mother who's happy with herself and that's doing what she wants to do. Still, she's changed my life immensely. I have no free time.
Never forget who you are, little star. Shining brighter than all the stars in the sky. Never forget how to dream, butterfly. Never forget where you come from.
You've embodied so many things, I mean, and certainly life itself, in so many different ways, and different sorts of people, different sex genres, etc., you know? Have you enjoyed all of that? I mean...
Well, it's been a real journey.
Yeah, it sure has.
Yeah.
Nothing to regret?
No.
No? If someone was to write a book on you, what would you hope would come out of that? Well, they have many, but I mean, the real book, I mean, of how...
I'll write the real book, thank you very much.
Will you write the real book?
Yeah, when I'm 80.
Yeah?
And I will live that long.
Well, we know that. Going right back to when I first met you in New York, and you were a fun girl, and there was all the boy toys and stuff and all of that.
I'm still a fun girl.
Oh, I know that, I know that. Is there things that you knew that you've had that you haven't been able to hold?
Oh, God, yeah.
That you really wanted to hold?
Yeah. There are things that I've wanted.
I know way back, you know, but...
No, but even now,
Yeah.
I mean... Oh, yeah, I mean... And not just people, just situations that have, you know, slipped through my fingers. People, relationships, friendships, lovers.
I'd like to put you in a trance.
Maverick label, good fun.
Yeah.
Probably the only artist to really have a successful record label. Many have tried.
Knock wood.
Well, it's good wood. Alanis Morissette, extraordinary success.
Yeah, you're right now.
Yeah.
And we've got an artist coming out right now called Eva,
Yeah.
Swedish singer. I don't know if you've heard of her. And
Yeah, I believe she's fantastic.
yeah, and two other Swedish artists who are working on their albums right now. One is a group called Baxter and a group called Lucy Nation.
Yeah.
Brilliant, amazing.
Michelle?
She's also working on a new record.
If that's your boyfriend, if that's your boyfriend, if that's your boyfriend, he was the last night.
Yeah,
Right.
everybody's in their little music factory
Yeah.
right now. Yeah, I don't know what the Prodigy's doing.
Well, I mean, a
We
brilliant...
can only imagine.
That was a brilliant signing with
Yeah.
you and was Guy was also involved.
Yeah,
with that,
Gaia
wasn't
Siri, yeah.
he? You found one of the best A&R men in America, just like that.
I'm a very lucky girl.
Absolutely.
If I could melt your heart, we'd never be apart. If I could melt your heart, we'd never be apart.
These are silly questions. I've never asked you them before. I'm going to ask you now.
You haven't asked me a question before?
Well, I've asked you silly questions, but I'm being silly now, right?
Okay.
Okay. What is in your makeup bag at the moment?
My makeup bag? Makeup. Most of it's
All right.
half-eaten.
The reason I ask this is that Elizabeth Taylor was once asked if she was deserted on a desert island and she had to pick one thing out of her makeup bag, what would she pick?
I would pick my tweezers.
That's what she said.
Really? Oh,
That's exactly
good.
what she
God
said.
bless her.
Books you're reading at the moment, because you're an avid reader. I don't know when you get time to read all this, but...
I'm reading a book called Memoirs of a Geisha.
Yeah?
Have you heard of it?
No.
Oh, it's a true story about a geisha who became like one of the most powerful geishas in Japan during World War II.
Right.
It's brilliant.
Future projects in filmmaking, what... I mean, I heard you may be doing something with Goldie Hawn, the
Yeah,
Chicago
I'm
project.
supposed to be doing Chicago. Nick Heitner's directing that, and that's probably not going to go until... Pre-production will start at the end of the year, but we won't start filming until next January.
Mhm.
I'm going to probably do a movie in the summer, a small movie, based on a true story about a brother and a sister, and then go on a small tour, and then do Chicago.
Right,
So.
right. On the touring side, what?
Like, what am I going to do on stage?
Well, no, I mean, are you going to go on tour? Are you going to
Yeah.
tour this album?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this will be different for you because surely with going into yoga,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to when you were so into the gym and that.
Yeah, but I have more energy now.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be able to dance.
Yeah, but who says I'm going to do that? I don't want to
Well,
repeat
I'm not
myself.
asking. I'm not assuming these things, you know.
I mean, you can be sure I'll be moving around. I'm not exactly how I'll be doing it, but
Oh, no,
you know,
no.
I think that the yoga and actually is going to help me with my endurance. Absolutely.
Obviously, you have to make America your home, and certainly, I mean, as the audience gets older, there's going to have to be a settled place for her. If you were really given,
Like, where would I go?
yeah, and says, well, you've got to spend time here, you know,
I want to go to Cuba.
to Cuba,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm dying to go there. I love Cuban music, and my daughter's half Cuban. Why shouldn't I be able to go there?
Well, the Pope went there last week,
Exactly.
so he's one up on you there.
He is. There's 3 countries I'm dying to go to. I've never been. Cuba,
Ireland?
no, Cuba, Ireland,
Ireland,
and India.
yeah.
Hmm.
Why Ireland?
First of all, I have lots of really good friends from Ireland, and they're such incredible, soulful, passionate people. Second of all, I hear that Dublin is kicking. Have you heard that?
Right.
I just hear that it's gorgeous, the
Yeah,
countryside.
it is. It's beautiful.
So, why not?
And India, because of
India, for lots of reasons.
Yeah.
I want to study with this yoga teacher who's in his 80s, who taught my yoga teacher. His name is Patabi Joyce. I want to go to Mysore and study there. And I want to travel around. I want to go to the palaces in the north. I want to... I mean, I love Indian culture and the clothes and the food and the jewelry and the jewelry and the jewelry.
What ambitions is left?
What ambitions? Well, I want to become a better actress, and I want to be a good mother. And I want to travel more, and I want to learn how to paint. That's enough.
Will you ever find the right man to marry?
Will I ever find the right man to marry? Oh, I don't even know if I believe in marriage. So I don't know about that.
Right. Well, to you, sort of like a Bette Davis thing, one of her things, she once said, was it fasten your safety belt, it's going to be a bumpy ride or a rocky ride.
That too.
Have you ever released that safety belt at any stage?
I don't think I'm wearing a safety belt.
No?
No.
So you've never put it on?
No, that's why I've got so many bumps on my head.